I'm gonna tell you how to count calories and macronutrients and all that fun stuff. You're definitely gonna need one of these. Ugh. Get yourself one of these bad boys. It's only like 20 bucks. Or 15 like on Amazon. So, this is the most tedious, shittiest part. Because you literally have to weigh every single thing you eat. Like everything. Have you eaten an apple? Okay, weigh it. You're gonna eat like one cookie? Okay, weigh it. So I'm gonna show you how to count all that shit. All 36 of you. Okay, so what you're gonna want to do for show is find yourself a database that has every food on there. So you can literally type in the food that you want, say like an apple, you type in apple, it'll pop up. I'll show you this, like visual representation. It'll pop up and it'll be like, oh, what kind of apple? Like a normal apple, like a big apple, like applesauce. Oh, maybe you meant like apple pie. No, and then you click apple, just apple. You find out how much is in 1 ounce of an apple, how much carbs is in it, right? And then you weigh your apple, and that's how many carbs you ate. That's pretty much it. But you have to do that for every single fucking food that you eat. Meat gets a little tricky because if you weigh it before you cook it, it's a different value than if you weigh it after you cook it. Why? Because if you cook, like a raw piece of meat has more water in it, so it weighs more. So when you cook it, a lot of the water gets out because of the heat. And so now, say an 8 ounce piece of chicken, raw, turns into like a 6 ounce piece of chicken. It still has the same protein content, but you're weighing it as if it's raw. Your values aren't going to be correct. You're going to be eating less protein than you actually are. Or you're going to calculate that you're eating less protein than you actually are, right? We don't want to do that. So this is just something that's going to have to be habitual for you, because it happens. It's literally, if you're bulking, it's better to just weigh everything. That way you know exactly how much you're eating. If you're cutting, it is impossible to avoid this. You have to weigh everything. You have to make sure you know exactly how many calories you're eating. That way you know how to properly adjust them so you get lean. Bulking, not so important, still important. Cutting, very important, unavoidable, have to do it. So essentially, you're gonna have to, by the time you get on my level, you should have memorized just about because you'll have like a consistent diet plan already. So you would have memorized pretty much every food group that you usually eat, right? So, but it's gonna take a while. So you should make a sheet, have like a sheet of paper, right? And then write down apple. I'm using apple a lot, aren't I? Write apple and say 1 ounce equals 4 carbs, right? Because that's how much it is. So 1 ounce equals 4 carbs. So now you know every time you eat an apple and you weigh it, you just reference your sheet. You don't have to go look it up on your phone or anything. You reference your sheet and you know your apple weighs 3 ounces. You know you ate 12 carbs, right?
Wrong!
You're not done yet. So, if you want to be completely precise in your measurements, You're gonna have to weigh the apple before you eat it, right? Because you're not gonna eat the whole thing. Unless you're one of those people, then you don't have to worry about this part. But you'll weigh your apple, you'll eat it, so now you only have the core left, right? You'll weigh it again, and that's how many carbs you actually ate. You take the difference from that, right? So say you have a 4-ounce apple, weigh it, you eat it. Now the core alone was half an ounce, so you ate 3.5 ounces of an apple, right? So 3.5 times 4. Hold on, I can figure this out. Is a certain amount of carbs, right? You have to do that with every food that you don't eat completely. I would suggest if you're weighing meat, weigh it cooked. If it has like bones in it, because if you weigh it raw, your values aren't going to be precise. So say like a steak, you have your cooked steak, it has a bone in it. Weigh it before you eat it, and then, assuming you didn't eat the bone, weigh it again, and that's how much you ate of protein and fat. So you'll just need to practice this because it seems very tedious initially, but once you get used to it, it's just kind of part of your everyday routine. It won't be that big of a deal. It's just getting there is the shitty part. And then once you're like pro level, you could pretty much see something and just kind of eyeball it, and you'll have a pretty good estimate of what you actually eat. That's the gist of it. Essentially, weigh everything you eat before and after. And I'll have a link to the database that I use in this video. So I might take a break next week. I'm planning on doing some more shit. I might take a break, maybe not. I got some really weird shit lined up for you guys. Ooh, what is this? Ugh, what the fuck? What is this? What the fuck? So you should definitely hit the fucking subscribe button.